On June 28, 1914, the Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire was visiting Bosnia with his wife. As they were passing through the roads in their car, waving at people, at one point, their driver mistakenly took a wrong turn. Although this turn was taken by mistake, who knew that merely taking a wrong turn would lead the world into World War I, resulting in 40 million deaths and financial losses worth billions of dollars? Yes, let's find out how just one wrong turn pushed the world into World War I. Welcome once again to the videos of Jam TV, dear viewers. Before World War I, that is, in the early 1900s, the world map was very different from today. Great empires like the Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and the Austro-Hungarian Empire existed. One of the most important regions at that time was Bosnia and Herzegovina, from where this entire issue began. In 1908, the Austro-Hungarian Empire occupied Bosnia and started controlling all its affairs. Most of the people in Bosnia were Slavic, while the neighboring country Serbia also had a large Slavic population. Because of this, people from both nations had sympathy for each other. However, Serbia was not part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The people of both these countries were of the same ethnicity, but different empires ruled over them. The Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to occupy Serbia as well and make it part of its empire. If this happened, Serbia, along with Bosnia, would come under their control, and the divisions among the people would end. However, the people of the region did not want this. Among the Slavic people, there was a lot of grief and anger regarding the Austro-Hungarian Empire's plan. Their desire was that Serbia, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, where Slavic people lived, should unite to form one independent country, which was to be named Greater Serbia, or Yugoslavia. But for now, they had no option but to hate the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Perhaps the Austro-Hungarian Empire would have attacked Serbia, but they feared Russia because Russia did not want the Austro-Hungarian Empire to expand further in the region. To counter Russia, the Austro-Hungarian Empire allied with Germany for backup, while Russia allied with France. Meanwhile, Serbian and Bosnian nationalists slowly started forming organizations to fight for their independence. Initially, these organizations only protested against the Austro-Hungarian Empire, but over time, they turned into militant groups and resorted to violence. During this period, another organization emerged, known as the Black Hand. This organization's slogan was that they would not rest until they had formed Greater Serbia or Yugoslavia. To achieve their goal, this organization was willing to take lives. Among them was a 19-year-old boy named Gavrilo Princip, who had always dreamed of an independent Yugoslavia. He joined the Black Hand organization and, along with others, started working day and night to take revenge on the Austro-Hungarian Empire and break free from them. They had attempted attacks on Austro-Hungarian officials multiple times, but they had not succeeded in freeing themselves from the empire. Fast forward to 1914, they received news that the Austro-Hungarian Empire's prince, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was going to visit Bosnia. The Prince of the Austrian Empire was next in line to become the emperor, and he was the mastermind behind the plan to take over Serbia. The members of the Black Hand organization were determined to prevent this prince from becoming king at any cost. When they heard this news, they were overjoyed, and a dangerous plan began to take shape in their minds. First, on the day of the Archduke's visit, they identified his route. It was revealed that he was going to City Hall for the inauguration of a new museum. The Black Hand members devised a plan. 3 of their operatives would be positioned at different locations within the crowd. Whichever member the prince's car passed first would throw a grenade and then swallow a cyanide pill, a deadly poison, and jump into the nearby river. The purpose of the plan was that after assassinating the prince, the assassin would also die. Even if the cyanide pill did not work, jumping into the river would guarantee death. This was done because the Black Hand was a secret organization, and they did not want their plans to be discovered. While the Black Hand members were plotting, Gavrilo Princip, who had been obsessed with independence since childhood, was also making his own plan to assassinate the prince. June 28, 1914, was the day this plan was to be executed. But planning is always easier than execution. The members sent by the Black Hand had no prior experience of such tasks. When the prince and his wife's convoy passed in front of the crowd, the first assassin became too scared to throw the grenade. When the car passed in front of the second assassin, he too hesitated, and by the time he could react, the car had already moved past him. Now, all responsibility fell on the third assassin. When the prince's car passed in front of him, he quickly threw a bomb, but his aim was off. The grenade missed the prince's car and fell far behind, near the second car in the convoy, injuring 20 people in the crowd. However, the prince and his wife remained unharmed. The assassin immediately swallowed his cyanide pill, but since it was old and ineffective, it only made him vomit. According to the plan, he then jumped into the river. But perhaps luck was not on his side that day. The river was barely more than a foot deep, because it had dried up in that season. The police arrived and arrested him on the spot, thus foiling the assassination attempt. However, the story did not end there. Gavrilo Princip was still on his secret mission. After the explosion, the prince and his wife were quickly taken to a secure location. The prince, furious, complained to the mayor of Bosnia, saying, "We came to visit your city, and you welcomed us with bombs." When the prince was informed that 20 people had been injured by the explosion, he immediately changed his schedule and decided to visit the hospital instead of the museum to check on the wounded. However, the change in schedule and route was not communicated to his driver. The prince and his wife got back into their car and headed toward the hospital. Meanwhile, Gavrilo Princip was standing on the road leading to the museum, waiting to attack the prince. At that moment, the prince's car took a turn toward the museum. Since the driver was unaware that the prince was supposed to go to the hospital, he drove toward the museum, right to where Gavrilo Princip was standing. The staff quickly informed the driver about the change in schedule and instructed him to reverse the car and head toward the hospital. As the car slowed down while reversing, Gavrilo Princip saw his golden opportunity. He pulled out his pistol and fired at the car, killing Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife on the spot. When news of the prince's death reached the emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, he became furious and declared war on Serbia. On the other hand, Russia, which was already supporting Serbia, believed that the Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to take over Serbia, so it sided with Serbia against Austria-Hungary. Germany, which had already declared support for Austria-Hungary, entered the war against Russia. Seeing this, France, which initially intended to remain neutral, joined Russia in attacking Germany. The Ottoman Empire, which had been weakened by France and Russia, joined Germany in the war. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom, which had conspired with France to dismantle the Ottoman Empire in the Middle East, sided with France. Soon, Japan and the USA also entered the war, and thus, one wrong turn led to the beginning of World War I. It is said that if the prince's car had not taken that wrong turn that day, perhaps he would not have been killed, and World War I might not have started. Due to the loss of just one life, 40 million people were killed in World War I. And the military transfers from one country to another during the war led to the deadly Spanish flu spreading worldwide, which claimed more than 50 million lives. In addition to all this, the economic issues and financial losses faced by the entire world were also immense. Interestingly, the ceasefire for World War I was signed exactly 4 years after the prince's death. On November 11, 1918, 11/11/18, and the license plate number of the prince's car was also 1111. Was this really just a coincidence? Or was there a much bigger conspiracy behind it? Let me know in the comments. Hope you liked this video by ASTV. Thank you for your love-filled comments. See you in the next amazing video.